If you have between 7 and 12 million naira to spend on a used executive car in Nigeria, chances are you have come across this 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. And honestly, it is one of the most underrated cars in the Nigerian market right now. While everybody is chasing Corollas and Camrys for fuel economy, the Elantra quietly sits in the corner, offering newer technology, better fuel economy, more features, and a modern design for even lesser money. But before you rush out and buy one, or if you already have one, there are some things you need to know. Because while the Elantra can be an excellent daily driver, it also has some weaknesses that can turn ownership into a frustrating experience if you buy the wrong one. So in this video, we will discuss the strengths, the weaknesses, reliability, common problems, maintenance costs, what to inspect before buying, who should buy it, and who should stay away from it. Let's get started. Number 1. Excellent fuel economy. This is one of the biggest reasons Nigerians love the Elantra. The 1.8 liter and 2 liter engines are very, very economical. Compared to the Camry and Accord models from the same era, the Elantra consumes noticeably less fuel. For someone commuting daily in Nigeria, especially under traffic conditions, this can save you significant amount of money every month. Number 2 is its modern design. Even today, a clean 2011 to 2016 Elantra still looks very modern. Hyundai's fluidic sculpture design made this car stand out when it was launched. Many people are surprised when they discover some of these cars are over 10 years old. Number 3, affordable purchase price. For the same amount of money required to buy an older Corolla, you can buy a newer Elantra with better features. This makes it attractive to first-time car owners. It costs between 9 and 12 million naira to own a Tokunbo foreign used Elantra, while for a Nigerian used one, it will cost you around 6 to 8 million naira for a very good running unit. You can find for cheaper than 6 million, but that just means you will have some cleaning up to do after buying, which is why you're watching this video anyway. Number 4 is its comfortable interior. The cabin feels spacious, the seats are comfortable, the dashboard design still looks modern, the boot space is also practical for family use. Lastly, number 5, it's cheap routine maintenance. Oil changes, brake pads, filters, spark plugs, most routine service items are relatively affordable. This is not a Mercedes-Benz where every workshop visit becomes a financial emergency. Now let's talk about the weak points. First is its sensitive engine. A lot of people will discourage you from buying the Hyundai Elantra, including your mechanic, because they are getting it wrong. Yes, the Elantra's engine is sensitive because the engine rewards owners who maintain it properly. Unfortunately, many Nigerians do not know how to maintain cars. Delayed oil changes are one of the biggest killers of these engines. Once sludge starts to build up, expensive problems start appearing. Number 2 is poor tolerance for neglect. Kind of like number 1, but Toyota vehicles are famous for surviving abuse. The Elantra will not tolerate abuse for a long time. Miss maintenance schedules repeatedly and the car will remind you with expensive problems to deal with. I'm not even talking about the engine, I'm talking about other electric parts of this car. Number 3, you have suspension that doesn't like bad roads at all. Nigerian roads can be brutal, and your control arms, your shock absorbers, your stabilizer links, your bushings, these parts wear faster than expected. Each vehicle spends its life on rough roads daily. You start to hear crazy sound from the suspension when you're driving. Number 4 is parts availability. Although parts has improved significantly for Hyundai, Toyota parts are still easier to find in many locations. In smaller cities outside of Lagos and Abuja and the major cities of Nigeria, sourcing certain Hyundai-specific components may require extra effort, and even when they are available, they are not cheap. The overall reliability of this car is going to be around 7.5 to 8 out of 10. The car itself is reliable. Most horror stories come from poor maintenance, flood damage, accident damage, fake engine oil, poor repairs, and buying badly maintained units. A well-maintained Elantra can exceed over 250,000 miles without major engine failure. The key phrase here is well-maintained. Let's discuss some of the common problems you experience after buying this car. First is engine knocking or ticking. This is one of the most talked about Elantra problems worldwide. Some engine develop internal wear that eventually leads to knocking sounds. Many owners ignore early warning signs. Mechanics sometimes misdiagnose it as injector noise, By the time the problem becomes obvious, the engine may require replacement or rebuilding. Second problem is excessive oil consumption. Some Elantras begin consuming engine oil as mileage increases. Owners who fail to monitor oil levels may unknowingly drive with low oil. That can destroy your engine. The third common problem is steering coupler failure, one of the most common Hyundai issues. You may hear a knocking sound or clunking sound when you're turning the steering wheel. Fortunately, the repair is not expensive, but many mechanics often diagnose this as steering rack. The fourth is transmission hesitation. Not every Elantra suffers from this. However, some owners complain about delayed gear engagement or rough shifting. Many times, transmission fluid has already been neglected. Another issue is wheel bearing noise, a humming sound that gets louder with speed, often caused by worn wheel bearings, especially in front. You also have air conditioning problems, weak cooling, compressor issues, faulty pressure sensors, leaking refrigerant. These are issues some owners encounter. And in Nigeria, AC problems quickly become unbearable because of the heat. Other types of problems with owning an Elantra that are not necessarily about the engine or the drivetrain is resale value. Hyundai is not a strong contender in this battle. The Elantra generally depreciates faster when it's time to sell. Expect more negotiations from buyers, especially if the car is not as clean and problem-free. Mechanic familiarity also. Many roadside mechanics typically understand cars like the Toyota and Honda better than Hyundais like Elantras. Some mechanics diagnose Hyundai vehicles using Toyota logic because of the similar four-cylinder engine, and that often leads to unnecessary parts replacement. The Elantra has newer technologies that are heavily dependent and reliant on sensors and modules that only scanning tools can effectively communicate with. Lastly, the public perception. Some Nigerians still see Hyundai as inferior to Toyota. Whether true or false, this affects the market's demand. Let's talk about the maintenance issues. If you want this car to survive after you buy it, you have to focus on these areas. First is engine oil changes. Every 5,000 kilometers, never gamble with engine oil quality. Never. You also need to use the right engine oil grade. The engine's lifespan is dependent heavily on good lubrication. The next is transmission fluid service. Every 40,000 to 60,000 kilometers, many owners forget this and they blame Hyundai when the transmission starts misbehaving. Also, spark plugs. You have to replace according to schedule. Poor spark plugs increase fuel consumption and reduce performance, which is the reason why you bought the Elantra anyway. Lastly, you have suspension inspection. Inspect regularly, especially if you drive on rough roads. Now, if you own this car or plan to buy one, and you want to know exactly what to service at every mileage interval, which warning signs to never ignore, the common diagnostic codes, and the maintenance habits that save owners the most money, current cost of maintenance and spare parts, I've put everything together in my 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra Specific Maintenance Guide PDF. The link to buy it is in the description of this video or the channel bio. This is not a general guide. It is specific to this Elantra model. This is something you need to have in your pocket at all times. And guess what you always have in your pocket? Your phone. So having this guide on your phone is going to help you a lot with maintaining this car and making it last forever. Now, what do you look out for before buying a 2011 to 2016 Elantra? The red flags that make you know that you're about to buy a bad one. This is the most important step in buying this Elantra. You don't want to buy a car that ends up giving you unplanned and unforeseen issues. First is check that engine ticking noise. Start the engine cold. Listen carefully. Any knocking sounds should raise concern. A seller may warm up the engine before you arrive out to inspect the car just to hide problems, so you have to always insist on a cold start. This means the seller has to wait for you before starting the car for the first time of the day. Just to be on the safe side, go and inspect the car very early in the morning, so your worst is like, oh, we have to start the car, we have to move the car, just to make sure they're not hiding anything from you. The next thing is you need to check for oil consumption signs. Look for blue smoke when you start it, oil residue around the engine, low oil level, burnt oil smell. This may indicate internal engine wear. You also have to scan the vehicle. Do not buy an Elantra if the check engine light is on and you don't know why. If you have access to a professional scanner, please try to use it before buying. Some faults are always hidden from the dashboard. Next is to check the transmission operation. Drive the car, observe gear changes. The transmission should shift smoothly and avoid cars with hesitation or hard shifts. You also have to inspect accident repairs. Look for uneven panel gaps, fresh paint in some segments, chassis repair, weld marks. Poor accident repairs can create endless future problems. Then you have to check the steering system also. Turn the steering wheel left and right, listening for clicking or knocking sounds. This allows you to know what you will spend your money on after buying. Then also inspect the infotainment screen. There's a radio screen issue with this Elantra model where the blue screen fades due to the effects from the sun. If it has faded, you have to set money aside to replace it with an Android screen. Then inspect the suspension, drive over bumps, listen for rattles, for clunking sound, for beating sounds. Suspension repairs can add significant costs after purchase. One thing you should absolutely do is avoid flood damage Elantras. Check rust under the seats, water stains, corroded connectors, musty smell. Flood damage creates electrical nightmares. Now, here's the thing for Hyundai Elantra owners. None of these problems happen overnight. As an owner of this Hyundai, the Elantra actually gives you plenty warning signs before the engine, the electric power steering, the timing chain, or the PCV system fails. The problem is that most owners don't know what to look for. That's exactly why I created the Hyundai Elantra specific maintenance guide I spoke about earlier. It contains the common failure points, mileage-based maintenance schedule, warning signs to watch out for, and the preventive maintenance that can save you from spending millions on engine repairs. You'll find the link in the description and comments of this video. Or just check the channel bio and you see a link to our storefront. Who should buy this car? This car is ideal for first-time car owners because it is affordable, modern, easy to drive, good fuel economy. Also ideal for young professionals. It looks presentable, fuel costs remain reasonable, maintenance is manageable. Ride-hailing drivers can also take advantage of this Elantra. The fuel economy is excellent, comfort levels are good, operating costs remain relatively low. Also good for small families, comfortable seating, large trunk, practical daily transportation. On the other hand, who should not buy this car? People who ignore maintenance. If you only service your car when something breaks, avoid this vehicle. Buy a Toyota or a Honda instead. People living in areas with poor Hyundai support should also avoid the Elantra. Access to parts and knowledgeable technicians matters a lot. Buyers looking for Toyota level resale value, the Elantra loses value faster. That is simply the reality of the market. Also, people who want a drive and forget vehicle. The Elantra requires attention. Not excessive attention, but attention nonetheless. This is my final verdict. Should you buy a 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra? Yes, but only if you find the right one. A clean Elantra offers excellent fuel economy, modern styling, good comfort, affordable maintenance, strong value for money. However, a neglected Elantra can quickly become a money pit. My advice is simple. Don't buy based on appearance. Don't buy based on price. Don't buy based on the seller's promises. Buy based on the inspection results that I have shown you. Because the difference between a great Elantra and a terrible Elantra is usually not the car itself. It is the previous owner.